Welcome to Red Bulls Game Night. Tonight we take you on the road and into Southwest. Coming to you live from Houston, Texas, as the New York Red Bulls take on the Houston Dynamo at Robertson Stadium. It is a hot, humid night here in Houston, Texas, but the fans are still coming in. A big crowd expected as Rafa Marquez, the iconic Mexican player, makes his return, where many Mexican fans will make their way to the game. Hello, everybody. I'm Tina Servasio, your host of Red Bulls Soccer. Steve Cangelosi and Shep Messing will be joining us in just a bit to look back on the Red Bulls' loss to Chivas USA last Sunday at Red Bull Arena. We will also have fans ask the announcers their Red Bulls questions, and we'll see the Red Bulls and the New York Police Department off as they head to Colombia on a mission trip. But first, let's get you set for tonight's match. Mentioned earlier that the Red Bulls lost to Chivas USA last Sunday. 3-2 was the final score, and the Red Bulls conceded 3 goals in that game after just allowing 3 goals in all of the Red Bulls' first 8 games of the season. New York has struggled here as a franchise in Robertson Stadium, winning no regular season games. However, they did advance to the MLS Cup Finals here in Houston. Now, players say what's most important about that loss to Chivas is having an opportunity to rebound tonight against the Dynamo. And head coach Hans Backe stresses that this is an important match, especially because it's a conference opponent.
They are a good side, 13 points a win for Houston, and they are 1 point above us, so it's a conference game too, so it's a very important game.
A good game for us because we know it's a team who's going to come out to try to play and not break down all of our games, so I think it will be a good game, 2 attacking teams, and of course they have a little confidence now when they're playing good.
They definitely at home. I know it's a very small field and they have strong guys, so they maybe play more direct. And we need to keep our plan and give some extra to letting not them to attack too much. So maybe we need to keep it calm a little bit and think about more the result than the game.
Get through that one and obviously pick up points, whether that be a tie or obviously we want to go down to Houston and win the game, and then once that game's over, then you set your sights on Wednesday against Colorado at home. So like I said, you just take it a game at a time, and you can't get ahead of yourself.
Tonight, the Red Bulls are without one of their stars, Thierry Henry. Henry tweaked his knee after scoring a goal versus Chivas on Sunday and took himself out of practice Thursday. He remains back in New York with a swollen right knee. Juan Agudelo will start up front. Coach Backe declared Henry out yesterday at practice.
Yeah, he's not playing. It's still some pain outside his knee. He's got some fluid, so hopefully he can be back Wednesday. As we said earlier, we can just take it day by day.
So what was his reaction yesterday? Was he tried to give it a go, kind of explain what happened?
Yes, because after the Chivas game, during the game he got the injury. It's not a big one, it's a smaller one, but it was swallow outside his knee, so he just got treatment Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then tried Thursday, do some training, but it didn't work.
So Henry is expected to play on Wednesday when the Red Bulls return home to face Colorado. The Red Bulls have another lineup change this evening as well. Greg Sutton will be starting in goal. The coaching staff sees his height as a benefit against this very tall Dynamo team. The Red Bulls and Dynamo played to a 1-1 draw back on April 2nd at Red Bull Arena. That was Dwayne De Rosario's first game with the Red Bulls after being traded from Toronto. Tonight, the midfielder returns to Houston, where he played from 2006 to 2008, helping the Dynamo win 2 MLS Cup championships back-to-back in 2006 and 2007. You see the goal there in the 2007 final. De Rosario was named the MLS Cup MVP for the second time in his career in that game. As we take a look at his accolades while he played here in Houston, even a 3-time MLS All-Star. And while De Rosario has returned to Houston before while playing with Toronto, this is his first trip back as a member of the Red Bulls, and it still stirs up emotions.
Had some good times in Houston, winning 2 championships, created a great relationship with the fans and the players and and the coaching staff there. So looking forward to going back, and but obviously I'm on the other side of things now. I'm going there to get 3 points, but I know it's a very tough environment to play into. Houston's a tough team to play against, especially in Robinson Stadium. They have a great supporting fan base that really is behind the team 100%.
Last Sunday, the Red Bulls lost their first home game of the season against Chivas USA in a game where the Red Bulls could not score on set pieces and struggled even more defending them. After a 31-minute delay due to a power outage, Chivas strikes first, making his first start in over a month. That's Justin Braun in the 6th minute, splitting the defense, curling a right-footed shot into the back of the net. 1-0 Chivas USA. But Thierry Henry responds in the 21st minute. Rafa Marquez looping a long ball over the top to Henry, ties it at 1. Then a free kick by Heath Pierce will allow Braun to strike again. Ante Yazic keeps it in. Braun gets it past Buna Kandul. 2-1 Chivas. Luke Rogers in the box, brought down there by Heath Pierce. So Dwayne De Rosario takes the penalty kick and converts his first Red Bulls goal of the season to tie the game at 2. Into the second half we go, and this Tim Ream foul would end up very costly for the Red Bulls. Off a free kick in the 56th minute, Justin Braun completes the hat trick with the game winner. A nice rebound off Alejandro Mirando's header, and a career night there for Justin Braun. 3-2 the final score as the Red Bulls fall at home. Now, Houston saw their winless streak stretch to 3 games in Salt Lake, but they did come away from Rio Tinto Stadium with a point against Real Salt Lake. Real Salt Lake players showing solidarity for their injured comrade and teammate Javier Morales. This was their first game here back after Morales broke his ankle. You see Brad Davis with the cross, but Nick Romando punching it out. 48th minute, Colin Clark with the shot, hits the side of the net. Houston had their scoring chances. Will Bruin tries to convert. He comes up short. Romando makes the save. Into the 88th minute, another opportunity for Houston. This time, Koke, and the game ends in a scoreless draw. Romando looking good there in goal. So the Dynamo winless in their last 3 matches, but still a prolific team in the attacking third, tied for second in MLS with 13 goals, despite having a big changeover. As you see, 13 of 27 players were not on the roster last season. And Brad Davis leads the league with 6 assists. A veteran now, drafted by New York in 2002 with the 3rd overall pick. He's become quite the leader here with Brian Ching out with injury, and I caught up with Brad Davis a little earlier this evening.
I think a little bit of it, we're going to have some ups and downs this year still with, as much changeover as we've had. The biggest thing is we've continued to push forward. We haven't let us, put us down at all. I think the fight that we put up in Salt Lake, was very good, and the attitude the guys have had. Even in the losses in Salt Lake, we got a tie out of it, a tough place to go. It's been very good, and I think we're still trying to find our way a little bit. We got 3 wins. Yeah, we're on a winless streak of 3, but the only way to get out of that is to continue dedication to one another, and just to continue to work hard each and every day.
To focus on one of the team's strong aspects, on set plays, what does this team do to be so good in the air? Why is this team so successful in the air?
We got some big guys. They're guys that have the confidence in me to put a ball in a good spot, and we got guys that want to score goals. And I think that's the biggest thing, guys attacking the ball in the box in dangerous areas. I feel confident over the ball that I can put it in a good spot, and those guys feel confident that they're going to get on the end of it. So, it gets scrappy in there sometimes, but it's tough, but they try and find space. I try and put the ball in a good spot, and they attack it well.
Mexican fans filling in here quickly to see Mexican national Rafa Marquez play tonight. Coming up next, Steven Shep. Join us after the break to talk more Red Bulls.
To AT&T, tonight's Title IX of this outstanding match.
We're back in Houston, Texas. The Red Bulls and Dynamo tied at 1 at the half. Fans, join us again Wednesday on MSG Plus as Thierry Henry and the Red Bulls square off against the Colorado Rapids. Live coverage gets underway at 8 p.m. Red Bulls Rapids Wednesday night on MS. MSG Plus. Let's check out the Kia MLS scoreboard right now, brought to you by Kia Motors. Discover Kia's full lineup of high-quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit TriStateKiaDealers.com. Philadelphia with a 1-0 lead over Chicago in the second half. We have a couple of games started tonight against Sporting Kansas City. LA versus Chivas USA at Home Depot. New England, Jose, Columbus in Portland, and then tomorrow MLS games in action. Dallas hosting Real Salt Lake, Toronto in Colorado. Time now to welcome back Shep Messing for tonight's Matches edition of Shep Unleashed. And Shep Messing, we have a couple of questions for you, beginning with the Cascadia Cup, which has become quite the rivalry already in MLS. Seattle Sounders and Portland Timbers past history, and following their 1-1 war of words between the two coaches, and we started off with Portland's John Spencer. It was like they had 50 excuses written down before the game about why they didn't beat us 3 or 4-0 at home. And then Sigi Schmid responded, I don't think he should be talking about our players. Either that or they should stop calling about our players. So he's referring to trade interest. Shep, what are your thoughts on the coaches going back and forth through the media and to all of the public?
Tina, I absolutely love it. I love it. Are you kidding me? I don't want vanilla. I want excitement. And how about John Spencer? Good for him. Portland, they've got to love him right now. Sigi Schmid, I love him. I love the Seattle fans. But what kind of response is that? Don't be calling our players. What is school? Of these coaches going at it.
And those two teams play again in July. That is going to be some match when they face off again. All right, let's move to the topic this week, and it's official. David Beckham confirms that he will be playing in the Gary Neville testimonial and alongside other Manchester United legends. How risky for him to travel out there and play in this game?
Well, I think it's riskier for David Beckham when he gets in his car and he drives out with Posh in L.A. I mean, there's no risk because it's a testimonial game. He's going to make a appearance. I like the fact that he's going. Manchester United against Juventus, his dear old teammate, Gary Neville. So no risk. Make a cameo appearance, he'll hop on a flight and he'll come back.
And Bruce Arena obviously gave him permission, but he also had this out giving him the permission, and he said he probably won't be back in economy in the middle seat if he traveled. You know, obviously have any daunting travel as he heads overseas, and that's what Arena was referring to. What are your thoughts on Bruce Arena giving him the go and with that kind of comment about, hey, it's not going to be so bad traveling?
Hey, listen, if there's one guy who's had a travel world in style, it's David Beckham. And again, I think it's good for the league, and there is no manager better than Bruce Arena in terms managing his players. Bruce Arena gets the utmost respect from his players. He knows exactly what he's doing by letting David Beckham.
Shep, thank you again for joining us in Shep Unleashed. We're going to have fans now check out the question on MSG.com. Go to the website, check it out, and our question is, which injury will affect his team the most? Some devastating in the past couple of weeks to Javier Morales, Steve Zakuani, David Ferreira. You can answer on MSG.com or text your information to 67469. You can text ABC, A, B, or C, your answers to that number as you check out our poll question, and we will have the results on our post-game show. Dane Richards' quickest goal in Red Bull's history, 39 seconds into the game, tied at 1. Second half action is next. Thank you. Well, Mehdi, first of all, what are the team's thoughts on getting out of Houston with a point?
I think it's huge. Just the fact that we were we were 1-0 up, and then we tied the game, and then we're down 2-1 with I'm not sure how much time left, and then we ended up tying the game. Overall, it's not the best performance we played so far, but we'll take a point out of here.
As Limpere took the corner kick, what did you see to set yourself up for the goal?
We've been working on a lot of set pieces. Obviously, we've come close on a lot of them. They're all about just kind of, you know, making a run where you're supposed to be and hoping the ball is going to come to you. And on that play, I was fortunate enough the ball came to me and I finished it.
With some of the changes, you have Limper and Di Rosario taking the corner kicks. How does that change things?
Well, it doesn't change them, to be honest, that much. I think Rafa's been great, to be honest with you. It's just somehow, as I said, we've come close on a bunch of them, but we haven't been able to finish. But obviously, Limper is lefty, so he kind of, in swinging it from that right side is definitely an advantage.
What did you try to do coming into the game for Juan Agudelo?
I think it's been a different season for me. I think I've come in and played a lot of different positions. And I came in to play an attacking mid, and Di Rosario played a little bit higher. I just kind of come in and hopefully, you know, bring a little bit of spark to the team.
Congratulations on your first goal this season and the draw.
Thank you.
Back to you.